Good morning and welcome to Toronto Police Headquarters. Today we have Detective LeeAnn West from 55 Division who will update the media on the search of a missing man, Kahsai Semereab, 77 years of age, of Toronto. In addition, the man's family is also in attendance at today's new conference. Detective?
Thank you for coming. I'm Detective LeeAnn West, and I am the assigned lead investigator in relation to Mr. Kahsai Semereab, who has been reported missing by his family. Mr. Semereab is a 77-year-old male who lives at home with his wife and two of his children. Mr. Semereab suffers from early onset dementia and is dependent on medication. On the morning of Wednesday, August 23rd, at approximately 11 a.m., Mr. Semereab left his residence without the knowledge of his family. Concerned when they couldn't locate them, and after doing a search of their own, they contacted police to report him missing. As the lead investigator, I can confidently tell you that 55 and 54 Division, along with some supportive units, including the Marine, Canine, Mounted, and the Search Management team, have done an extensive search for Mr. Semereab. We have exhausted all the resources that we have available to us. What I can tell you, after watching hours of TTC surveillance, we have observed Mr. Semereab board a TTC bus on August the 23rd at approximately 11:16 a.m. This bus was traveling westbound on St. Denis Drive from Linkwood Lane. Mr. Semereab travels approximately 6 minutes, and at approximately 11:22, he exits the bus in the area of Don Mills and Gateway Boulevard. In reviewing the footage, it appears that Mr. Semereab pays for his fare, and at that time, he retrieves a transfer from the driver. We are not sure if he boarded another bus from there, but concerned that maybe he did. We're concerned that he may have covered a lot of ground from there. I have been in continual contact with Mr. Semereab's family and want nothing more than to be able to reunite them with their father and their husband. This investigation hits close to home for me, as my father too was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I know how difficult this can be for a family. I am reaching out to the public. My concern after watching the video is Mr. Semereab, although he utilizes a cane, he gets around quite well. And my concern is that members of the public may have seen him, but may not have they may not have concern for him, as like I said, he does seem to get around quite well, and it may not attract the concern of the public. Therefore, someone who may have seen him may just not have called us. It has been 7 days of worry and sleepless nights for this family, and I'm urging anyone with information or anyone that sees Mr. Semereab to please call police immediately. At this time, I'd like to call the family forward as they would like to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zalalam. As Semereab family, we've been missing our father for almost 7 days now. We're very worried, and you don't know what it's like to miss a father for 7 days. It's been overwhelming. We've been searching everywhere in the city, family, friends, and friends, family. Everyone's been helpful, on searching father. The police are doing a wonderful job on searching our father. However, still haven't found our father, so please, everyone, I would like to ask to help us, our father, to get home, because we love our father. So please, everyone, the media, get it out there, get everyone to see this, he belongs to his family, so please, everyone, help us out on. Really thank everyone on assisting us.
So as he said, a lot of ground has been covered. We have friends, family, and the community has come together and covered all over downtown, all over the neighborhood, putting posters up. Hundreds and hundreds of posters have been put up. But at this point, we like the public to take an extra care and look. And if you do see someone that resembles him, please call the police. And we really appreciate your help. And because TTC is involved here, he can get quite far from the area where he was last seen. So it's not necessarily within Don Mills and Eglinton area. It could be north, could be downtown, it could be even outside Toronto. So please keep your eyes open and give this family an assistance. Thank you.
I know he suffers from early stages of dementia. Is this the first time he's ever wandered away like this, or have there been other incidents, maybe smaller incidents?
Never happened anything like this. He might be walking the area, but he never been this far. Yeah, very concerned about his safety.
Detective West mentioned that he uses a cane, but seems in the videos to be getting around fairly well. Is it sort of sporadic? Does he have a limp sometimes, and other times other days are better?
He have his time. Like sometimes he needs it, sometimes he doesn't come.
Does he speak English well? Can you communicate with people?
Not very fluently. He can very broken English. He can communicate. He would understand few things if it's laid out simply, but he's not a fluent English communicator. He speaks Tigrinya. He speaks Amharic fluently. But although he can understand what you're asking him and he might respond, but it will be in broken English.
It's my understanding that if he were to be approached and asked his name, that he would be able to identify himself as such. His English is minimal, and obviously his first language is he's more comfortable in, but he would be able to identify himself and communicate at this time.
Is there any medication that he's on and he should be taking, or is it a situation where he's just...
He is on medication. It's my understanding that the medication is in relation to the symptoms of the dementia, as well as a blood pressure medication.
So he wouldn't have that on his person, and it would be a situation where...
Correct. At this time, he has not had that medication.
Are there any places that he might be known to frequent, that he's frequently drawn back to?
He's pretty familiar with the Toronto area, like specifically in Bloor, Danforth area.
So like, are there coffee shops or restaurants, or like, are there specific places that he tends to gravitate towards?
Not that we can say for sure, but he could be anywhere. He could be sitting in a coffee shop somewhere. But he knows the area. He knows Toronto well. He's traveled on the TTC back when he was working. So he's and
Yeah, it's my understanding he's quite familiar with the TTC, so that's obviously poses a bit of a problem as far as I said. He could, how far he may have traveled. So he's quite confident with traveling on the TTC. I think he's very familiar with Pape Station. Was one thing that the family did provide me with. So we have kind of exhausted those avenues, but like we said, he may still. And if anybody on the TTC happens to see him, please, it's imperative that they call us right away.
I know you said that you guys saw that he got a transfer. Were you able to see some other TTC video, from whatever connecting buses he would have been able to use with that transfer?
I did try. I did make attempts. However, I wasn't successful in confirming anything at this time. It's unknown to me by watching it, and I watched it a number of times, whether or not he took the transfer took the transfer because the driver offered it to him, which is often routine, or whether or not he was requesting or asking a transfer. But but obviously, when we saw that he did obtain the transfer, then the connections could be more and more.
Detective, you mentioned the extensive search being conducted. Can you just talk a little bit more about what that entails, the radius, what sorts of crews are involved in that?
Yes, initially, when we first became involved in this investigation, we focused in the area around where he resided. And then it was a couple days later when we actually obtained the footage from the TTC. So then we expanded our search from that area and knowing where he got off in the area of Don Mills and Gateway Boulevard. What we did was go there, obviously did a ground search, and then canvassed for cameras in that area. To date, nothing has come forward to assist us any further in that, but we're still continuing. Especially, I mean, the most important is if somebody does see him, obviously, I'm encouraging people to call right away. We have had a few calls of possible sightings. Unfortunately, they're often come the day next or a couple days later, and then we're even further behind.
Is there anything the family would like to say to him if he's watching or
Yeah.
he's listening?
Yeah, we just require public support right now. We are doing our search parallel to the police. The police are doing good job so far, and then hopefully we're gonna find a result soon. But we just concerned about his health. Right now he's 77, and then at the same time he's weak to walk or to go around. They used to live in that area. That means the place he got off from the bus, Gateway. We tried our best, but it's been a week right now. So we're really concerned about his health situation, and then we strongly recommended or ask the public to give their support to the family. Thank you.
That concludes today's conference. Photographs of the TTC footage will be available shortly on the Toronto Police website. Thank you for coming today.